The 21st century didn't fail everywhere. In these 11 towns, it was politely asked to leave. No cars on the main drag, gunfights on the schedule, colonial breakfasts like avocado toast never happened. Here's the thing. These places feel magical and expensive, emotionally and financially. We're digging into the trade-offs: preserved architecture, living history programming, European cosplay vibes, and communities that turn memory into an economy. Which ones are paradise and which are gilded cages? You're not ready for number 9. Number 1, Williamsburg. Wake up in Williamsburg and breakfast is $17.75. Brick underfoot. Tricorn hats at the next table. A posted schedule telling you when the blacksmith fires up and when the militia drills. It's real. It's happening. But here's the catch. The Colonial Williamsburg Foundation runs the whole stage. A nonprofit sets prices, programs, and what counts as period correct. That means wood shingles over vinyl, hand-lettered signs over LED, and street furniture that passes the sniff test of 18th century vibes. Convenience gets benched, so cohesion wins. Tickets bundle museums, tours, and trades, which keeps cash local, but also shapes downtown life. Narratives update slowly to center enslaved people's stories while still selling entertainment. So you get a time economy, jobs, classes, and rules. Number 2, St. Augustine. Walk a few blocks in St. Augustine and you time skip hard. The Castillo holds the bay like a stone anchor. Spanish streets run tight, and those coquina walls shrug off storms like a tank in flip-flops. It's all right there, layered and stubborn. But here's the catch. The core leans pirate hats and rum tastings as much as preservation. Classroom or theme park? Depends on which corner you turn. The colonial quarter gets care. A block over, it's parrots and plastic swords. They harden historic buildings for hurricanes, then fight short-term rentals that squeeze families out. Grants keep facades honest. Nightlife debates run hot. The wins are real. Old pharmacies flip to cafes without losing bones. Number 3, Mackinac Island. Mackinac Island looks like a Victorian screensaver you can walk through. No cars, hooves, and bike bells. It's curated quiet that doubles as a business model. But here's the catch. Everything moves by ferry, cart, or sled. Freight adds a surcharge to groceries, lumber, even your Amazon regret. Your plumber shows up on a bike in July and a snowmobile in February. A DA access means creative ramps and limited motorized exceptions. Emergency response leans on horses, bikes, and water ambulances when lakes freeze weird. Winter turns logistics into a full-time job. The streetscape wins because the rules are strict. The Fudge brand prints money. Seasonal workers jam into expensive beds. So you get the postcard. You also get the bill. Number 4, Harper's Ferry. Harper's Ferry looks staged because it sort of is. Two rivers pinch the streets, and the past sits on your shoulder. John Brown, wartime ruins, rail echoes. It's cinematic. But here's the catch. National Historical Park oversight locks the skyline. View sheds get protected, growth gets squeezed, and parking becomes a competitive sport. Tour buses glide in. Residents loop like it's Mario Kart. The zoning keeps 19th century bones intact while modern amenities tiptoe. Hikers punch through with Appalachian Trail traffic. Footfall spikes, then fades. Businesses juggle festival highs and quiet Tuesdays. Flood history shapes basements and insurance. Property rules mean the right paint, the right window, the right pace. So here's the thing. It thrives as a national story. Locals pay in detours and daily workarounds. Number 5, Deadwood. Deadwood sells a gunfight on the hour. Saloons pour. Stagecoaches roll by. Slots hum because the past needs a bankroll. It looks like a Western, but the spreadsheet is modern. But here's the catch. Gaming taxes keep the town standing. South Dakota roots a slice into restoration grants, facade rehabs, and small museums. Modern vice props up historic virtue. Families get a safe shootout and ice cream. Critics call it cosplay with a casino back end. Both are right. So here's the thing. Reenactments run on a tight loop to feed the foot traffic, and the preservation pipeline follows the cash. Interpretation of native histories inches forward, slower than the bar tabs. Deadwood made nostalgia pay its own rent. Number 6, Taos. But here's the catch. Tourists chase art mystic vibes while locals fight a housing squeeze and culture sold as decor. Building codes nudge new construction toward earth-toned, flat-roof forms. The Pueblo's UNESCO status isn't a plaque, it's a guardrail. Visitor access follows Pueblo governance. Limited hours, no interiors, respect the boundaries. Median home prices climbed faster than wages. Short-term rental caps try to slow the bleed, but second homes keep bidding up dirt. Festival season dumps cash. February gets quiet. So here's the thing. Taos insists on continuity. Culture survives by constantly saying no. Number 7, Eureka Springs. But here's the catch. The terrain makes beauty and bottlenecks a package deal. Parking is a scavenger hunt. Maintenance eats paychecks. Festival season pushes rents while local wages trail. Historic district rules keep facades honest, which also means you pay for the right wood, the right paint, the right crew. Foundations on hillsides aren't cheap. Bed and breakfasts thrive, but wedding weekend cash doesn't equal year-round stability. Infrastructure on these slopes needs constant work, and that bill never gets lighter. 1. So, here's the thing. It's a dollhouse that charges adult rent. You get magic, Stairmaster commutes, and contractor wait lists. Number 8, New Harmony. 2 utopias, 1 tiny town. Harmonists built order. Owenites chased reform. You walk quiet streets, past geometric gardens, then hit a modernist roofless church that treats the sky like a ceiling. It's serene by design. But here's the catch. The brand is contemplation. No big box glow. Nightlife whispers, then sleeps. Historic sites sit under state and university foundations, and programming leans retreats, seminars, conferences, rooms booked, minds quiet. Retail stays thin. Cafes, a gallery, a few inns. Grants and institutional support keep the lights steady while visitor counts orbit specific architectural draws. Population, low churn, modest shifts, steady faces. Number 9, Jim Thorpe. Welcome to Jim Thorpe, the Lehigh Gorge postcard with a rail station that hijacks your camera roll. Mansions climb the hill. Main Street goes full Victoriana and sells it back to you by the scoop. But here's the catch. The aesthetic isn't cheap. Century-old facades need specialized masonry, custom windows, and scaffolding that bills like a luxury gym membership. Adaptive reuse keeps rail assets alive as cafes and museums, but the maintenance tab stacks. Fall foliage weekends flood the streets. Tuesday mornings feel empty. Parking? Scarce? Flood risk? Real. So the town invests in controls while arguing over who pays. Property taxes trigger regular debates when values spike. Number 10, Galena. Galena is 85% National Register, grants home on the hill, and a main street that rents itself out to your camera roll. It looks like a film set because it operates like one, right down to the paperwork. But here's the catch. Preservation draws money and rules. Design review boards tell you which brick, which mortar, which sash profile. Facade programs hand out matching funds, then hand you standards. Hotels and boutiques feast on weekend spikes. Weekdays breathe. Second homes soak up views while workers chase leases. Number 11, Bisbee. Bisbee is all switchbacks and copper ghosts, with galleries wedged between stair flights. Gritty-chic, yes, and the Mule Mountains make every block a workout. But here's the catch. Legacy streets run skinny, stairs run endless, and heat slams you by lunch. Water is capped and contested. Old pipes groan. Creative folks arrive, remote workers follow, and median home price trends tick upward like a slow escalator. The big draw still tours the Lavender Pit, while miners' cottages flip into studios and rentals. Storefronts revive because the art scene keeps the lights on.